Hey guys, so first of all, I apologize for the sound of my voice. I woke up with a sore throat this morning and I've just been kind of struggling a little. It is also not very nice outside. I don't know if you can really tell that there's snow like flying around. We had a winter storm roll through yesterday and it's still very windy outside. But my occupational therapy for today actually got canceled, so I am home. My occupational therapist called in sick today, and I know there were a couple schools that were delayed and everything like that too. So, anyways, that is not what I wanted to talk about in this video. What I wanted to share with you, if you couldn't tell by the title, is an issue that I recently had to deal with in regards to my godmother. For those of you who aren't aware, I was previously living with my godmother, and that was before all of the medical issues happened, where I went to inpatient rehab. When I got out of inpatient rehab, I moved in here. So I no longer live with my godmother. And recently, well, actually, let me give you a little bit of the backstory. So at my godmother's house, when I first moved in there, she had like a hotspot, like a mobile hotspot for internet through Verizon. And at the time, I started taking online classes through Arizona State University. And so I needed a stronger connection than just a mobile hotspot could provide. And so I decided to look at a couple of different options. I looked at Starlink, I looked at Viasat, and I looked at HughesNet. I know probably some of you, the only one that you understand is Starlink, because I know that not all of these. Um, Service providers are available in all areas, but basically I ended up going with HughesNet. So HughesNet is satellite internet. And even though I was in the hospital and in inpatient rehab for almost a month, I did keep the service active. Now, again, a little bit more backstory here. My godmother would give me a check for like half of the amount of the HughesNet bill every month. And recently, she had given me a check when I went to her house to pick up some of my things because I still haven't gotten all of my belongings from her house. It's just been kind of difficult because obviously I can't drive right now. So I am reliant on other people's work schedules and availability to be able to go and help me pick things up from her house. So I think I have like one more load of some items to pick up from her house, but I have like 95% of my items from her house at this point. Um, so she gave me a check the last time I went to go pick it up for half of the bill. I had not deposited the check. I had not done anything with the check yet. I did not pay the HughesNet bill because it was like over Thanksgiving weekend when all of this was going on. And so I hadn't paid the bill yet because I was waiting for the bank to open. I had a $500 check that I was going to deposit into my account so that I could go and pay my phone bill as well as the HughesNet bill. So apparently, within that amount of time, HughesNet shut off the internet, saying that it was due to non payment of the bill, which I thought I had until the 18th to pay the bill. Um, but apparently I did not. So I'm not sure exactly where the miscommunication came from. I don't know if I looked at the wrong date or what, but I was under the understanding that I had a little bit more time than what I actually did before they shut the service off for non-payment. So what ended up happening was my godmother texted me and let me know that the internet was not working. And this was on a day when we were getting dumped on with snow and they were getting dumped on with snow. And so I figured, okay, I'm going to go into the app, I'll troubleshoot the internet. It's probably the weather. And it said that there was a known service outage, and I mean, the satellite internet does not tend to work well, the HughesNet, when it is snowing. So, like, as soon as that satellite dish gets covered with snow, it works for shit. It honestly, HughesNet works better in the rain than it does in the snow, and I don't know why that is. It seems really weird to me, but it does. Um, but apparently, my godmother ended up calling the next morning, calling HughesNet, and I was getting all sorts of nasty text messages from my mom. I had a missed call from my godmother with a text or a voicemail saying that I lied to her and saying that HughesNet said there was no outage, which that is what the app told me. So I'm not sure why the app would tell me that there was an outage if there was no outage. And she told me basically that I was trying to take her money and just not pay the bill. And she told me to rip up the check that she had written to me. So I did. And she also told me that I need to come and get all of my things from her house before the end of the month, or else she will throw everything that is left there in the trash and she will take me to court. And basically, she said that I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my car. And she has the title and everything to my car. She has my keys and all of that stuff because she wants to sell my car. That is a whole nother story that I'm not going to get into right now because it really makes me angry and frustrated and depressed because of everything that I have going on. Like, the last thing I needed right now was more stress, more anxiety, more depression because I can't drive right now and I can't drive until at least June of 2025. So it's very frustrating for me. I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm obviously going through physical rehab in order to try to get to a level of better functioning. So eventually, my godmother starts talking to me again. I did try to explain to her that, like, I was not trying to take the money. Every other time that you've given me money towards the bill, like, the bill has been paid. I was literally just waiting through the holiday weekend until the credit union reopened on Monday so that I could deposit my check, and then I was going to pay, like I said, my phone bill and the HughesNet bill, because I knew that my T-Mobile bill would be due as well as HughesNet was already a little bit past due. And like I said, I thought I had until the 18th. When all of this happened, it was like the last day of November, so it still hasn't gotten to the 18th. I don't know if they meant like November 18th, but I know that I saw the 18th somewhere. I don't know if it was due like November 18th and they gave me like 2 weeks or whatever, because the day that it was shut off was November 30th. So I don't know, or November 29th, one of those days. So I don't know exactly what happened there, but I obviously was confused. And like I said, the app did say that there was a known outage. And like I said, the weather was very shitty, both here and there where she lives. So I'm not entirely sure how my relationship with her is going to be in the future because as of right now, like, we are not really talking much. She has texted me a few times and commented on some Facebook things, but like, I'm not really even talking to my mother because my mother acted like I was trying to steal money from my godmother, which I wasn't. Like I said, she has given me money to go towards the HughesNet bill every single month, and every single month I have paid it, but they know that I'm not working right now. And so I was waiting to deposit that check because I forgot to deposit it on Friday or on Wednesday. It was closed on Thursday due to Thanksgiving. They were closed on Friday due to Thanksgiving. And so over the weekend, I was just waiting for that period of time for Monday. So, anyways, I'm very frustrated. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So I'm very stressed out. And I just kind of wanted to share with you guys, like, was I in the wrong? Like, I tried to explain the situation. They know that I haven't worked in almost 2 months now, and so, like, my funds are limited as it is, but I don't know what to do at this point. So, let me know if you think I was in the wrong. What would you do moving forward? Would you attempt to, like, fix the relationship? Would you attempt to try to make things better between the two of you? How would you handle it? And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in my next video.